Right guys, good afternoon to everybody. Welcome back to Thai Talk with Dan. I know I've been quiet over the past 8 or 9 days. I've just needed a bit of time out and a bit of time away from the old YouTube. But I'm back now, and I'm back with a story from a subscriber that's great to share, because there's going to be a lot of guys that are in a similar situation to this guy right now, as they're getting involved with women here in places like Pattaya and Phuket on their holiday, as it's high season here in Thailand and Pattaya is apparently rammed. Now, at the end of today's story, I'm going to share with all of you a very short chapter 2 story from a subscriber that shared his story just over a week ago about the black widow spider here in Thailand. So, without delay, let's get into today's Thailand story. Alright Dan, I am glad I found your channel, as I feel I am currently living through one of the stories as we speak. So now I can see the future, and it doesn't look great for me and my companion. I have been to Thailand 4 times, first one before COVID and then 3 times this year alone. I still feel like I'm a newbie though. I still fall in love every time and stay in bars ringing the bells and often spending 20,000 baht per night, often impressing the new love of my life with lady drinks all night for her and her friends. I have had girlfriends in my own country and plenty of one-night stands, but there is something different about coming to Thailand and meeting these Asian ladies. The standard in beauty and looks compared to what I get in the UK these days, I'm 34 by the way, it does not compare. And once you have tasted this, it is hard to go back to the grim reality, which is the UK. Now the first trip this year was great. I went to LK Metro every night and visited many of the go-go bars, and getting the most beautiful lady in there every night. It was amazing. I go back home and work for 6 months and booked to come again. My flight landed in Bangkok at 9 PM and I get a taxi straight to Pattaya. I wasn't going to go out as it was gone 11 o'clock at night when I arrived at the hotel, but I couldn't resist. I won't name the bar or the area I went, as I don't want to risk mine or the heartless bee's identity. You will understand why shortly. So I get a motorbike taxi to the bar and a lady comes to me, but I wasn't interested. It was my first night and I was tired. I was just getting climatized, if you like, but then everything changed. I send the first lady away. I didn't want to buy her a drink, and then her colleague comes over, and well, at that time I remember thinking to myself, I have never seen someone as attractive as she was, instantly dancing on me, twerking. She was not shy, and I will spare the details as I do not want to upset anyone who is affected by her actions. So, 3 hours later and 15,000 baht down, she asked me if I am to bar fine her, and I said, yes. We end up going back to my hotel, and it was as good as you can imagine. In the morning, it was even better. What a start to my trip. But I knew I had already caught feelings for this woman.
You can't save everybody. Everybody don't wanna be saved.
I say to her that I'm going to Phuket in 2 days and would you like to come? She says she cannot, as it would be expensive for me, and I did not argue with her. I was gutted. I asked her earlier if she had a boyfriend and she said no. I didn't want any other lady. I was completely besotted with her.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, I forgot to swallow.
Now, not willing to give up, I go back to the bar later that evening, but it was not the same. As she was not happy I had turned up. I stayed there until the end, and I chose not to bar fine her. So I left and picked up a freelancer on the way home. I then went to Soi 6 the following day. Same again, 20,000 baht later, I had a stunning Thai girl coming back to my hotel. But as good as it was, I was still thinking about the one that got away. So now my fourth night, I go back to the first bar to watch the football. I knew there was still a small chance she would be interested, and to my amazement, she was. She said to me, "Where was I yesterday?" I said I was at Soi 6. She said that her friend seen me get on a motorbike taxi with a woman after I left. She was not pleased by this, but I wanted to make her jealous. It worked.
I smell bullshit.
Don't go Soi 6, she say. You come see me. You will bar fine me today. I said, of course. She then asked me back at the hotel if I still want her to come to Phuket. Now my plans had changed. I had spent 80,000 baht in my first 4 days in Pattaya, which was a good chunk of my spends, so I made an excuse as to why I could not take her. I then spent 4 days in Pattaya in what I thought was going to be a quiet period to save some money, and I end up getting a massage and swapping WhatsApp with my masseuse. We message, and it's clear to me that she wanted a sponsor and to come to the UK. I was happy to play along as there was no mention of money, so this was perfect. We went to Koh Lan for 2 nights and it was good. Not great. The aerobics was nowhere near the same as, let's call her Pim. At the end of the time with the masseuse, she was now telling me she needed a motorbike and her mum was sick and she hadn't made any money because she had been with me. So I gave her 3,000 baht. Then we went our separate ways. I had managed to average my spending now and was just thinking how I would be able to go and see Pim. So I went and got my hair cut and my beard trimmed. I go there and she was not there. Her friends tell me she starts at 8 o'clock. I know now that this means that she has been bar fined the night before, but I wish I knew then. 8 p.m. comes and here she is. She is telling me that she hasn't worked since I left and she has been missing me. We then go on to spend my last week together. I go to her bar every night and the last night was as good as the first night. She really put the effort in and was telling me, don't forget, come and see me, and when will I return? I thought it was strange that she didn't ask for any contact info, as they normally all do. So I write all mine down and I put it in her bag while she is still sleeping. My taxi to take me to the airport was at 5 a.m. So I'm now on the plane and I'm thinking that I'm going to have messages off her when I land, but there was nothing, and to be honest, I was gutted. So I get to work on finding her. I go on her bar's Facebook page and after a bit of nosing about, I found her. What I would see would shock me here. She was with her boyfriend, who she was engaged to. Let's say that he was from France, as I don't want to risk him seeing this and putting two and two together. So I add her and she accepts and says, "Hi, how are you today?" No mention of the boyfriend. We talk about our memories in Thailand and we talk every day. She tells me that her and her boyfriend are not together properly anymore. They are on a break and she is allowed to work. I am well and truly in love at this stage. So I sell my own motorbike, work for 4 weeks, and I'm back on a plane to Thailand. We go to many places this time. I was still in love and still am. And now we argue a lot as I start to realise that her boyfriend is unaware of her activities. He is sending her money monthly and I gave her 40,000 baht. And her social medias are littered with men telling her how much they love her. My 2 weeks is now over and I have to go back to the UK. She tells me that she will be going home and working on the farm. Soon as I get home, she tells me that she has to stay in Pattaya as she is having dental work. Shock! The appointments are never ending. Next week, the 10th, a fortnight, etc. This is when I see a video of her with a disgusting man well in his 50s and into the 20 stone area. I am gutted. I tell her it is over. You have a boyfriend anyway. She pleads with me. I do it for money. I do not have any. I have to provide for my family and my teeth is costing me money. I told her your boyfriend sends you money and I said I would if you leave Pattaya. I tell her it's over, but a week later she is ringing me and messaging me. She is telling me that her boyfriend left her. She wants to get married and not work in the bar. She wants me to come see her again and if we get on, to go and meet her father. Apologies guys, try to keep it professional, I accept her reasoning. I know I am not thinking straight. Love makes you do crazy things. So I am booking my 4th trip in 12 months. But on the day she told me about her intentions about marrying me and not working in the bar, I message her at 1 a.m. She had told me that she is now finished working in the bar. She sends me a photo of her in a club. And then I say, "You have not changed. You are looking for customer."
Sexy time. Yeah.
8 hours pass and she messages me. "Hello." I say, "Where have you been? You got customer last night." Her reply is the usual. "Why do you think so bad of me? You make me sad. You only think customer, customer, customer." I have told her it is over and I'm going to stay single and have fun. But I know deep down all I want is her. I wish that there was a cure for this.
Oh, wow!
Now, can you and your viewers please advise me on what to do? I think I should tell the boyfriend in case he gets back with her and start sending her money again, but I'm not sure how he will take it. I would want to know myself, but I also want to see her again. Right, thank you very much for sending in your Pattaya love story. It's a bit crazy, and if you really, really look deep down in yourself, you know this woman isn't girlfriend material. You know she's not wife material, but you're obsessed with her, and you're more than likely obsessed with her because the aerobics was totally amazing, and you can't get enough. And any other woman that you be with, nothing compares to that aerobics, and that's what I think you're infatuated with this woman. But believe me, if you follow this woman and she knows she's got the upper hand on you because you're totally obsessed, you know, let's get it right, what she does for a living, you know, she's got experience. Doesn't matter if you're rich or you've got a little bit of money, or you're working super hard in order to come to Thailand. Whatever money you've got, whatever assets you've got, a woman like this is more than likely going to milk you. And she's going to milk you until you are dry, and not in the way that you want. You know, you have to look at it for what it really is. These women are in bars in order to please men, in order to generate money. So that is the goal, is money. You know, that is their job, and you have to get your head around that. And if you're naive enough to fall in love with a woman that's doing a job like that, then you're only going to get eaten alive, and you can't complain that the woman's a bad woman or whatever later on down the line, and she did this to me, she did that to me. Come on, she's working in the bar. Her job is to please men and say and do whatever she wants to do in order to generate money. And if you fall in love and you're willing to give her a monthly salary to not work in the bar and support her and take care of her, then yeah, crack on, let's do it. But don't expect her to be faithful, don't expect her to give you all her love, and don't expect her to go easy on you, because she won't. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles if you decide to get involved with a woman that does that kind of thing as a job. So, my own advice to you is to give your head a huge wobble and continue with this woman. If you can turn your feelings off and just pay for what she, you know, for the service that she gives, just pay for it, yeah, and carry on with her. Or what I would do if it was me is know for a fact that I'm gonna meet someone who's also on her level, who's not working within that trade. And then you've got a better chance of not being totally destroyed and falling into the pit of doom. But guys, this is the internet, we're on YouTube, and there's going to be guys that may think differently or advise you differently, and that's why it's great to have a comment section down below so you can read what everybody else has to read. And if you're currently, right now, it's high season, and if you have got into a relationship with a bar girl, a massage girl, a freelancer, someone within the tourist industry, you're feeling like, you know, it's not right what's going on, it's not real, you know, it's costing you a lot of money, then hopefully stories like this can wake you up and understand that you have to treat it for what it really is. I can't say it over and over again, guys. Literally, you're dealing with a woman that's selling a certain service and you're falling in love with that kind of woman. It's all about money. To do that kind of job, right? To drink, abuse your body, you know, from the alcohol, to stay up till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, to go and do God knows what with God knows who, yeah, multiple people, you know, like, I don't know what goes on, yeah, but I can imagine it's crazy. And for you to do that, the only reason why you're really doing it is because you love money, or you really, really need money. So it's all about the money, baby. Do not fall in love with a girl that works within the entertainment industry. Otherwise, you're going to get eaten alive.
Oh, God, I love you.
Now, if you've got your own Thailand story, no matter what it involves, good, bad or ugly, as long as it's true and honest, then get your emails sent in to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com and I will gladly share them on the channel. Guys, I'm going to quickly now give you chapter 2 of the Black Widow Spider before I go. It's only a short one, guys, so if you remember the video that I posted, the last 2 videos, I think it was one of them, I'll put it up and I'll put the video down in the description if you want to watch it first, but let's crack on with chapter 2 now. It won't take long. Hello Dan, and thank you for an excellent presentation of my story. The only detail that I missed was her theft of money from my wallet. The Black Widow has acted much quicker than I anticipated, and I feel that a follow-up on my story is appropriate. Here comes chapter 2. In fact, things had already happened before I wrote episode 1. The Black Widow has been very active indeed. While I was still in Norway waiting for the matrimonial paper from the embassy, and she was waiting for me to come back to Jomtien to marry her, she was contacted by an old customer who comes to Pattaya regularly. She went to his room to give him some special massage. I don't know exactly what happened, but I think she complained of having no money as usual. Hence, he offered her a lot of money to buy a new car. When I arrived to Jomtien, she stayed with me for a few days and we only had aerobics twice. She complained and said I got free bum bum. I did not understand what she meant as I regularly gave her money. She said it was better to go to someone who was willing to pay for boom boom. I think she was joking. Anyway, she packed her clothes and left without any explanation apart from that she was going home to buy a car. Later on, I learned that she was living together with her new boyfriend, Victim, at her house in Kantararak, and the reason for her quick change of boyfriend was money and more money. I am convinced that he has helped her with most of her 800,000 baht down payment on the new car. She repeated the double-crossing life again. She has in fact sold her body just like a bar girl, but has been more street smart about it. This guy is number 4 on her list of boyfriend's victims, as far as I know, and it is too late to warn him. Anyway, I owe the new victim a great thanks for taking over the problems, as she will never be satisfied when it comes to money. I am finally free from her, and it is unnecessary to mention that my economy has improved a lot after she left. So, ladies and gentlemen, let this be a final warning to not get romantically involved with a woman that works within or in the entertainment industry. Take it easy, take care, and ciao for now. Bye bye.